told you! It's returned.
Hello, your computer has virus.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has pulled off one of the most daring and amazing moves of his presidency so far. The Trump administration has just imposed a $100,000 per year fee on H1B visas, and every single Indian is coping right now. Now everybody knows how Indians make a living. One PUBG gets the bare minimum education that's necessary to move out of India, and then he moves to the US and gets a job there. And once he gets a job there, then you know what happens. In the company that he's working in, he'll first invite his entire family, then his extended family, then the area where he lives, and every single Indian will get there, and in a matter of years, that entire company is now full of poop cheats. And this had been going on for a very long time now. We all know that all of the big tech companies in the United States, they preferred to hire Indians, and they were just becoming full of Indians. And obviously, noticeably so, Americans were getting pissed off because they were being replaced by poop cheats. And who wants that in 2025? And so Donald Trump did what nobody thought was possible. He imposed a 100,000 fee per year fee for H1B visas, in a bid to allow more Americans to seek jobs in the United States and to stop big tech, obviously so, from hiring poop cheats or importing poop cheats from India and then hiring them for low wages and just replacing Americans altogether. So if you go over this article by Reuters, Trump to impose 100,000 fee per year for H1B visas in blow to tech. The Trump administration said on Friday it would ask companies to pay $100,000 per year for H1B worker visas, promoting some big tech companies to warn visa holders to stay in the US or quickly return. The change could deal a big blow to the technology sector that relies heavily on skilled workers from India and China. And here's the funny part, all of these big tech companies, they're advising their employees on the H1B visas who were outside the US to return before midnight on Saturday, when the new fee structures are set to take effect. H1B visa holders who are currently in the US should remain in the US and avoid international travel until the government issues clear travel guidance, read an email sent to JP Morgan employees by Ogletree Diakins, a company that handles visa applications for the US investment bank. And as you can see in the same article over here, India accounts for most H1B visas. India was the largest beneficiary of H1B visas last year, accounting for 71% of approved beneficiaries, while China was a distant second at 11.7%, according to government data. Many large US tech, banking, and consulting companies declined to comment or did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The Indian Embassy in Washington and the Chinese Consulate General in New York also did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Now, the memes on the internet have been fucking amazing all day long. For instance, look at this. So, here's a political saying, "Can we stop pretending Indians are tech wizards? These people work in call centers and tell you to turn your device off and back on again in barely intelligible English. It's a joke," which is actually true. I mean, they're either like working in call centers, helping you fix your PC, or they're working in call centers to fucking scam you. That's it's either A or B. That's literally it. That's all these poop cheats do all day. Beg for Bob's and Vagine, scam investors over the phone, poop in the street. This is nice as well. I'm saving this. Can we just point out that the country that still can't solve the issue of basic indoor plumbing in 2025 is probably not turning out the most talented, clever, or even safety conscious of people. 30 years ago, the few Indians doing tech in the US were of the highest quality. So now people naively assume that all of the millions who've come since are also smart, like assuming every black kid is Michael Jordan. 90% of Indian engineers lack key skills. That's interesting. I think the only skill they know is something like scamming. Yeah. Hello, your computer has virus. I think this is the only talent that an Indian is born with. Sorry, poop, geez. I forgot that. Sir. But oh, please, sir, don't kick us out, sir. My family is in India starving, sir. I work with them in IT. They're horrible. This will only help India. Companies will stop investing in America. Fucking rage baiting Indian. Okay, so basically, like, okay, the reason you have to call them in the first place is because their fellow tech wizards designed and programmed your device. When the CCTV camera of a call center got hacked. Lol. Also, they run scam call centers targeting old and vulnerable American citizens instead of working hard. They can't even maintain things well. Companies hire white guys to code things and then fire them for cheap Indians who can't even maintain the bank. That's actually true. I know people that have been let go of and replaced by Indians, and a few years, like in startups, and then a few years down the line, that startup just shat on itself, and they had to like announce bankruptcy or something. Why? Because they weren't able to maintain the level of quality that was required. Sir, you need us in your country, sir. That's a nice one. Not to mention wanting gift cards for some reason and very persistently wanting my PIN numbers. Our plan just went through an upgrade, spearheaded by an all-Indian team. I can assure everyone that Indians are not tech wizards, and also that whatever our company saved by hiring Indians, they have paid out in alarm callouts. That's true. I know, being someone from the region, I would say Indians, Pakistanis, and Bangladeshis, they're some of the worst people to work with. And this is coming from a Pakistani. I can guarantee you, like, these are some of the most laziest people on the planet. They will look for every single shortcut in order to get to the end goal, and it will always never work. They think, like Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, they think that using shortcuts to do things is some form of a you can say a good thing, like it's a sign of high IQ, or a sign that you know how to work smart. In reality, it's just a lot of bullshit. That's what it is. um Standards or procedures are there, no matter how long or short they are there for a reason. And the reason being, in order to maintain quality and make sure that something works and doesn't shit on itself. And yes, should you use shortcuts all the time? I'm not saying shortcuts are bad. Yes, sometimes you do need to use shortcuts, especially in situations where you don't have a lot of time. But then again, it also matters because even though you may not have a lot of time, let's say you're making a product demo, and you have to like come up with something. Obviously, you cannot design the whole software in such a short span of time, so you use shortcuts. You use a product or a service that you already have, a code that you already have, and you use that to build a demo, and that's fine. But if you're going to fine for the demo, but once the demo is over and the project is approved, ideally you should start from scratch and make the product yourself. But if you're not going to do that, you're going to use the same code that you use in the demo as a final product, then it's going to shit on itself sometime down the line. And that's what Indians, Pakistanis, and Bangladeshis do most of the time. And this is coming from someone who lives in this region. I can guarantee you. Pakistanis and Bangladeshis, they're not good people to work with at all. Had advanced support with AWS for some cloud services, and I spent months with a heavily accented young man trying to figure out some specific issues we were having. He calls in the big guns, nerdy sounding white dude, and he figured it out in about 30 minutes. Yeah. I hate reaching out to our internal IT department. You'll slowly tell them the things you did to troubleshoot your own issue. They'll get you a follow-up email asking if you've done exactly that. It's exhausting. Hello, thank you for calling Microsoft. My name is Peggy. It's a blessing to be able to do that poop Jeet accent on cue without having to put in much effort. This is what they are, and they can bring India the worst country on earth. It's always been about this. Okay. We are the highest earners, we can't do that in India. I don't get it. Like the levels of supremacy that these people have in them, you're worried about white supremacists. Wait till you explore the idea and the concept of Hindu supremacy. So I don't understand it. If you're such a proud Indian, why did you go back to India and work there? Like, why don't you contribute to the success of your country? If you're so superior to others, or you want to be superior to others, you can't be superior until you put in the work to make your country better. And these people somehow don't want to go back to India and work. So what is it that what's the origin of that superiority complex then? Obviously it's not your nationality or your ethnicity. It's just the fact that you were rich enough, or you were lucky enough to move out of India, move out of the fucking shithole and go to a first world country. That's the only reason your sense of supremacy exists. If we negate that, if we somehow minus that from your life, there's nothing to show for it, and there's nothing for your country to stand upon. India has the highest rate of scam call centers, highest number of scam call centers in the world, the highest rate of scam calls that originate globally. Majority of them originate from India. It's a whole black economy, black market. There's a reason the Indian government does not go after scam call centers. Why? Because it brings in so much money. It's a part of their economy. It literally contributes to their growth, economic growth and success. They're not going to go after it. The Indian government is not going to crack down on scam call centers because they make money off of it. Politicians, police officials, bureaucrats, all kinds of rich people in India own these scam call centers. And that's why nobody touches them, and nobody ever will. Now, apart from this, something else, something extraordinary is also happening right now. So 4chan, almost a day ago, ever since this news came out, 4chan started on a new operation called Clog the Toilet. And so if you go to poll, you're gonna see the details over here, and let me just show them to you. So the idea is that Jeets have less than 24 hours to re-enter the US, otherwise they must pay a $100,000 H1B fee, as you all know. So what's gonna happen is a lot of poop Jeets are going to be scrambling to get their tickets back to the US. And so the idea is to prevent them from flying over into the US and force them to pay that fee. So the operation is called Clog the Toilet, very appropriately. And the plan is to go on Google Flights or any other flight booking, or flight finder, flight booking finder, that kind of app or service, and to search for common India to US routes. And what you have to do is basically you have to reserve a seat and initiate the checkout process. Now what happens is that on these websites and these services that are run by the airlines themselves, the airline will hold your ticket for 15 minutes or your booking for 15 minutes during the checkout process. And it does not let it does not let anyone else buy that seat for those 15 minutes. If you pay, obviously it belongs to you, but if you don't pay, it just goes into hold, and it's available after those 15 minutes are over. And so what you do is basically you don't check out, and you just leave the window open for 15 minutes. And once the 15 minutes are over, you just refresh the page and do it again. And so there's like some tips being offered over here. For instance, focus on the highest traffic, India US flights, open multiple tabs, all tabbing, programming oriented, like you could write a Python or Node.js script, that kind of stuff. Anyways, this video has gone on for far too long now. You could literally spend your entire lifetime highlighting all the worst shit about poop jeets, and it still would not be enough. So we're gonna do this another time. For now, thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also share this video if you found it interesting, and I'll see you very soon.